Scratcher! Scratcher, where are you, boy?
Scratcher!
Scratcher!
Scratcher! Oh. You okay?
Yeah.
What happened?
I just twisted my ankle. Where's the dog? Don't let him go.
Yeah, all right. He went down toward the switching
Why
yard.
would he be there? Andy can be there.
I don't know. Can you walk?
Yeah, come on, let's
well,
go.
come on, let's go. Let me get over first.
Yeah.
Be careful. It's steep.
Scratcher!
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 Let's go. Let's go.
This is Search for Tomorrow. This part brought to you by fresh-smelling Safeguard deodorant soap with a combination of great deodorant soap protection and rich, smooth lather. Available in 3 sizes, 3 colors.
Hi, Wendy. Hi. How you doing?
Oh, hi. My 2 favorite night owls. Hi, honey.
Hi, darling.
Tom?
Hi.
Well, what are you 2 doing out so late?
Well, my dear uncle took pity on me, decided to get me out of the house, so he took me to see a terrible movie.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, then we thought that we'd stop by the world-famous Riverboat Kitchen to get some wonderful food.
Uh-huh.
Are we too late?
Well, too late for the chef, maybe, but if it's sandwiches, your little heart's desire, I can do the honors.
Well, I don't want to put you out. I mean, maybe just something to drink or something to nibble on.
What's the matter, Molly? Sandwiches aren't good enough for you 2 anymore? I can remember the time when you couldn't eat enough of them when you were too little to make your own. Now, I insist. Sit down. Come on.
You know what happens when he starts to insist? We better place our orders.
So, what'll it be?
I think I will have ham on rye.
Ham on rye. Tom?
Let me have a chef salad with that.
Chef salad. Sure.
With
Tom?
Russian dressing.
Russian dressing.
How about some potato chips, too, Granddad?
Oh, sure, potato. What would you like?
Oh, you know what I really want? That double chocolate ripple cake.
Double.
Chocolate. Would you like a little cheese on the ham sandwich?
Well, that's a good
And
idea.
some tomatoes?
Yeah.
And a little lettuce?
Yeah, and pickles.
Okay, pickles.
And mustard.
And mustard. What will you have, Tom?
Soul food.
What?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly?
Mm-hmm.
You are asking a gourmet sandwich chef to make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Well, what's all this talk about when we were so little I couldn't make my own? Don't you remember? How you couldn't get me to eat anything else?
Yeah, well, I figured after you went to Washington and became a big shot, your tastes might change. I certainly never pictured you sitting in a restaurant ordering a peanut butter and jelly sandwich while you're discussing the latest bill to hit the Senate floor.
Well, that's just it. I had to keep my addiction under wraps, Dad. Don't you realize every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every month, I couldn't think of anything else but a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Please.
How can I resist? All right, 1 peanut butter and jelly. What kind of jelly would you like, grape or strawberry?
Grape.
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 And white bread, please.
Fine.
Oh, a purist.
You made a very fine choice. Our grape jelly is a very fine year.
Hey, Granddad,
Yes, honey.
has there been any word about Andy?
No word. Excuse me.
No matter what happens, he's always the same. Trying to make everybody else feel good while he's worried sick inside.
You know, I knew when he first met Andy, he was crazy about her. He must be killing him inside that she hasn't been found yet.
Here you go.
Thank you, Wendy.
thank you.
I just forgot to ask you what you wanted to drink. Can I get you something?
Yeah, I will have, a double chocolate milkshake.
Double chocolate milk?
I can't help it.
Tom, what about you? Some fruit juice with your peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Definitely not. Kills the taste of the jelly. I'll have a club soda and lime.
Okay. So I'll see if I can round up a popsicle for dessert.
You know, I think she's putting up a front as well. She's looking very tired.
I'm sure she has her hands full just trying to get Keith through all this.
Everyone is so anxious about what may or may not happen to that little girl.
She's going to be found. With all the people looking for her, it's just a matter of time.
That's what worries me. Time.
Oh, look, Tom, when they find her, they'll get her to the hospital for treatment.
Andy has been missing for so long now. I do hope when they find her, they can save her.
Over there, that box door. It's gotta be.
Brian?
Jenny! We found her. She's here.
Andy! Oh, my poor baby. Andy, honey. She's not moving, Brian. Why is she so still?
She's breathing. She's alive.
Honey. Andy. Let me hold it. Let me hold it, please. Please.
All right, just for a minute. You hand it to me when I get down. Jenny! Jenny! Hand it to me. We have to get to the hospital. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you hoped for and more?
Absolutely. You know, but I'll tell you a secret. It's much better when you eat it when you're watching Saturday morning cartoons.
As a little je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi, exactly. And I was thinking about that when we were watching that movie. That relationship between that oil company executive and the mermaid. It's not your typical modern romance.
No, they don't make them like that anymore, do they? Oh, I am insatiable. Thank you. Oh.
Didn't you love the scene with the guy in the bathtub when he was practicing holding his breath under the water?
Well, don't know that I actually loved it, but I guess he had to try something. He had to learn to live in the water, or she had to learn to live on the land. It's quite a dilemma when you're contemplating the future.
Anyway, don't ask me how those two were going to get it together.
Why not? Your guess is as good as mine these days. Look at this pickle.
It's great. I'm only giving strictly legal advice. I'm not counseling the lovelorn at all. Remember what happened to me? I followed my mermaid down to the Potomac only to watch her swim away with a barracuda.
Yeah, well, it was Kathy's loss as far as I'm concerned. Listen, you. Just because you've made one error in judgment doesn't mean you should disqualify yourself without having opinions in the future relationships.
For the time being, you know, I used to think I was pretty wise with regard to relationships, very confident. Now, I know that I've got a lot to learn.
Yeah, well. So do I. When it comes to love, that is. I thought my marriage was nothing short of perfect. What is it they say? Pride goeth before the fall.
You know, I really don't think...
Are you going back to Washington? I'll miss you if you do.
Sure. Who else would take you to mermaid movies?
Oh, you silly. We've all missed you.
Thanks. You know, as a matter of fact, I've been thinking about sticking around this old town. What do you think?
I think it's wonderful. But you went to Washington for career opportunities. Have you changed your mind?
I went to Washington for Kathy. Pure and simple. I talked a good game about career opportunities, but she was the reason that I stayed there. Besides, I think Henderson will offer me some very interesting career opportunities right now.
Want to start your own firm?
No. As a matter of fact, the election in June for district attorney. I would love to knock that smug, self-satisfied Paul Breimer out of the box.
I bet you could do it, too. Oh, Tom. I don't want to sway your thinking, but I'm going to sway your thinking. I'd love for you to stay here.
Yeah, you and Dad. Okay, niece, I will inform you of my decision when I make it.
All right, I'll keep my fingers crossed, though.
You know, Liza, when you were talking about pride, goeth before the fall, I hope you weren't thinking of it that way.
What way?
Whenever I hear the word fall, I think of somebody on a cliff and jumping off and never coming back. You and Travis may have stumbled, but you haven't fallen.
Haven't we? Sometimes I wonder if we could ever get back what we had. I can't imagine how.
Well, that may be where your thinking's wrong. Trying to get something back that you had. This could be a whole new time for both of you where you could develop a deeper sense of trust, a deeper sense of commitment. This could be the start of something brand new and wonderful.
I'd like to think of it that way.
Of course. You can. If there's love between you. Liza, I think there is.
There is love. My dear, sweet Uncle Thomas, don't you know? Love isn't always enough.
Brian, she's so hot she's burning up.
Jenny, the fever is a sign of life. I know it's hard to tell if she's breathing sometimes, but the fever tells us she's still with us.
Yeah, but what if she could just hear me or just maybe open her eyes or something?
Well, she will. That is, if we can get her to a hospital, she will. Hold on, I'm going to try to make this light before it changes.
Morimoto-san. Hi. Wakarimasen? I'm sorry, I don't. Nihongo wa wakarimasen. Hi. Yes, English. That would be wonderful if you could find someone who speaks English. Yes, this is Travis Sentel calling from the United States. Yes, I can hold. Yes, are you...
Travis! Hey! You doing, sleeping? Wake up, buddy. I know you're in there.
Hello, yes, is this Mr. Morimoto's secretary? Good. But would you hold on just 1 minute? Yes, thank you very much for holding. Mr. Morimoto's secretary, right? You speak English? Good. I'd like to leave a message for Mr. Morimoto.
Morimoto? Shh. Be very quiet. Important call to business in Orient. Waits for no man.
Yes, would you please tell Mr. Morimoto that Travis Sentel called from Henderson regarding Operation Sunburst. No, he has the number. We spoke yesterday very briefly. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Goodbye. You know, Dane, the great thing about you is that nobody ever has to say, make yourself at home.
Sorry? How was I to know you'd be all tied up with some sort of big business call to the Orient, land of the rising sun?
Kind of late to be dropping by, isn't it?
Kind of late to be doing business, isn't it?
Well, you see, it's the height of the business day over there. Don't you remember? Other side of the world, different time zone.
Oh, right, of course. How could I forget? Hong Kong. Anyway, what's up? I heard you talking about Sunburst. Is this Morimoto a potential buyer?
One of them? And you still haven't told me what you're doing here.
Only because it's beginning to look less and less like a bright idea. Trav, look, everybody's talking about this great flick they got at the Odeon. And it says here they got a late show. I thought you might like to go with me.
Dane, the last thing I want to do is go to the movies. Besides, I have a very important phone call to wait for.
Oh, come on, Trav. Please go to the movies with me. Look, it's only going to take a couple of hours out of your day. You'll get back, you'll be in a lot better mood. If you got your call, a guy at the desk will take the message for it. You can return the call. It'll still be daytime in Japan.
No, thank you. Now, what's wrong with Sunny? Doesn't she want to go?
Sunny doesn't want to go either. She's too beat. She's been working hard these days. Look, let me tell you about the flick, and maybe you'll change your mind, okay? Got 4 stars in the Herald. It's supposed to be fantastic. this really crazy story about this guy who falls in love with a mermaid.
It's a cartoon.
No, it's not a cartoon. It's about real people, but it's a crazy story. It's like pure fantasy. Now, isn't that what you could use right now? A little escapism? Get your mind off Liza?
Dane, why is it that you think that you're free to come sailing in here and tell me what I need?
Because I think you're beginning to turn into some sort of hermit, Trav, and it's got to change.
I don't want to go. Don't you understand English?
English? English? Oh, that's all I came in. On call to Orient. Oh. Hello? This is Travis Centel, mega giant of the aerospace industry, and I'm prepared to make you a very generous offer. What's that, madam? You don't speak English? Well, you'll simply have to learn.
Dane, you know, I think it's time one of your friends let you in on a little secret.
What?
You're not half as funny as you think you are.
Well, thanks for breaking it to me so gently.
I told you when you came in here I wasn't in the mood.
Right. Right. Hey, it's my mistake, Trav. My mistake. I mean, far be it from me to change your mood. Why should I try to lighten your day? Why should I try to take your mind off things? Only because I'm one of your best friends.
Look, Dane, I'm sorry if I was short-tempered, but I do have some very important business to attend to tonight.
It's no problem, Trav. It's no problem. But you know as well as I do, this so-called mood of yours has been hanging on a lot longer than just one night. It's been going on for a long time. You know what I mean? I hope you and it have a lovely evening together.
You sure you don't mind closing up, Joe?
Of course I don't. Now go on, get some sleep.
Yeah. Well, listen, you let me know if they hear anything about Andy. I don't care what time it is, Joe.
Of course. Now, you know they'll call us immediately. They know how worried you are. Go on.
Okay. And you get some sleep, too, huh?
Sure.
You sure are a magician. Got him to turn in. He's been looking for excuses to stay up all night.
Well, I'm not sure I did him a favor. If he stops working, he's going to start to worry more.
Mm-hmm.
And how about you, young lady? You haven't stopped since you got here.
Don't worry about me.
Why don't you go on home, too? I'll finish up here.
In no hurry to get home. As a matter of fact, if Stu isn't going to stay up all night, maybe I will.
Stay out? What about Keith?
What about him?
Well, he's going to be home waiting. He needs you now more than ever, you know.
He needs me. I doubt that.
Still angry with him?
Feel foolish, Joe. Everyone knowing that Andy was Jenny's real child except me. Wouldn't it hurt you if your husband kept something like that from you?
Yeah. But things have been pretty confusing. He's not really himself.
It's more than that, Joe. All this time we've been married, he never even told me that Andy wasn't his real sister. I mean, how can you keep something like that from your own wife?
I don't know. That would be hard for me to understand, too.
All these months, he's lied to me. And yet, I'm the one who gets branded the villain. I'm the one who's done everything wrong.
Oh, hey. Now, you know he doesn't mean
Yes,
that.
he does. He blames me for Andy running away. He thinks the only reason she did it was because I didn't give him the message in time for him to get to the hospital. Well, that's ridiculous, Joe. What about all the things that she went through before she even met me? That has nothing to do with the fact that she ran away?
Yes,
That child has a lot of anger inside of her, and it's not just because of me.
I know, honey. She's had a very difficult life.
Oh, I don't want to hear about her difficult life. I'm sick to death of hearing about all the hard knocks that Andy's had, and that she's only a child. I'm sorry, John. I know what you meant. I do.
It's okay. I know how you feel. I know it must seem he's using you as a scapegoat. But that's only because he loves you. People always do that. They dump all their frustrations on the people who are closest. Once we find Andy, you'll see things will get back to normal.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive her for doing this. I really don't.
Don't say that. You don't mean it.
Realize she's sick. And everybody's always talking about how scared Andy must be. Well, I've lived with her. Believe me, that kid does not scare easily.
Hey.
I think she just did this to get everybody worried about her. That's what I think.
Honey, she's a little girl. She's not your rival.
You think I'm being heartless, don't you? I'm just being realistic, Joe. Look, I've read about diabetes. And there's a lot that says that in the beginning they're not that sick, and I think that's the case with Andy. I really do.
Haven't heard a word I said.
She's probably gloating. She's seeing her picture in the paper, seeing all the commotion on TV about her. She's probably thrilled that she's the center of attention. She's probably on top of the world.
Well, I don't agree with you. I hope with all my heart you're right.
O.R.
Nurse, this is the little girl we've been looking for, the diabetic who ran away from the hospital.
Auntie McNeil?
Yes.
You found her? We just found her. She's not moving. Yes, ma'am. Well, we'll take care of her right away. Bring her in here. Get Dr. Marks stat. The little girl's been missing, Auntie McNeil.
It's a diabetic coma. Let's get an insulin drip. Let's do a CBC.
Yes, sir.
You the parents?
I'm Detective Emerson. This is...
I'm her mother, Jenny Deacon. Is she gonna be all right, Doctor?
Got any idea how long she's been unconscious?
And we found her about an hour ago. She was already like this.
We'll do the best we can.